you for all of the work of our graduates today. And I see some of my graduates have identified themselves, so that's good. Today is about you. I am sorry we don't get to be in person and take a picture and all that sort of stuff, but I will tell you this. If you come to City Hall anytime, and I'm always here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you're welcome to come upstairs. We'll get you a picture. We'll get you a nice tour. We don't really have anything else. We'll validate your parking. But nevertheless, we will make sure that we're celebrating you and your accomplishments in our city. As you all know, Drug Court is an impressive program. The work that you've done, 1 year of intensive counseling, relations with your community, learning more about yourself, are the sorts of things that you should be incredibly commended for. I thank you for inviting me to be here for a part of our discussion. But I want to note that the work you do is something that a lot of people, most people even, aren't willing and able to go through. How many of us have had a moment in life where we had to say, you know what, I'm going to change a path. You know what, I'm going to talk to a different set of friends. They're going to be people I like, I know, I care about, that I may not see for a while. There are going to be things that I've been doing since I was 18, 12, right, whenever, that I'm going to make a break from. I know that that isn't easy, and I know more than anything, it takes endurance, diligence, but really a lot of heart and a lot of passion and a lot of concern. So pat yourselves on the back for that. Another thing that I know that it needs is the support of people in your life and the support of people sometimes in your family. And I know sometimes there are some who haven't been positive influences and sometimes haven't been positive impacts, but there are others. And you know, the honest thing is, it doesn't have to be a close friend. Sometimes it's just somebody who believes in you. Sometimes it is just somebody random who says, keep running, brother or sister. And it's somebody who says, you know what, I think you're a person who's worth it and who's worth the effort. You know, every now and then as mayor, I have a chance, I feel like, to reevaluate life almost daily. And what I mean by that isn't so much that it's an opportunity to reevaluate what I'm doing, but it is something to say why I'm doing what I'm doing is important. Just last night, I had the chance to visit with a business owner in Kansas City, somebody who's trying to rehab a bunch of houses. And he said, you know, yeah, times are tough. I can't get my rent paid. I can't do all of this, but you know what? I'm gonna be all right. And he actually, after our conversation, asked me, but how are you doing? And I said, me, right? Who cares, right? But he said, no, no, somebody always does. Somebody always cares about what you're doing, and somebody always cares about you getting ahead. And what I want to make sure you know coming out of this experience is that this isn't the last time that you can call on the judge. This isn't the last time you can call on your counselors. This isn't the last time you can talk to any of us. I always consider it, and it seems kind of odd for us to say, but this is a lifetime deal. The reason it's a lifetime deal is because I don't want to just celebrate your successes today. I want to celebrate 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you're on the cover of our newspaper and you're starting some big profitable business that is generating all these tax dollars for our city. We need them, trust me. But when you're doing all of this big deal work and we say, you know what, I knew Lauren, right? I knew Hillary, I knew Patrick. I know the people they are. I know how much they cared about our community. And that's the difference that you can make. Another thing that I want to say I'm particularly proud of from all of you is that you may have noticed, if you ever turn on the television or log on Facebook or anything like that, which you shouldn't, that this is a time of a lot of division. There is a lot of anger, much justified, some not, but nevertheless, you get these kind of incited passions of things. As much as what you've learned about taking care of yourself, your family, your own community, I think you've also learned about how to de-escalate, how to handle times of tension, and how to handle times of stress. And Lord knows we need you. Um, whether you're talking to somebody you just met on the streets, whether you're talking to somebody who's the CEO of a giant company or the President of the United States, you're the type of people who can let somebody know, you know what, there is a path for how we handle things. There's a way to keep things cooler. And there's a way to know that even in our most trying day, in our most trying time, there's a right way to deal with things. There's a right way to confront things. And through reaching out to others, listening to others, we can get beyond whatever our challenge of that day may be. So, you all are a special set of people that I hope know that, and I hope that you know that your lesson is needed. A few other things that I'm going to get out of your hair. One is that your work in drug court, and by the way, as mayor, we politicians are good at taking credit for everything, right? We claim that if a bridge got built in another state, that we had something to do with it. I'm like, congrats. The people of Wichita are lucky that I'm the mayor of Kansas City. But kind of more to the point, I do want to say this. This is something I would never necessarily take credit for, only as to say that over recent years, led by our municipal court, led by a lot of these people on the call, and then certainly with the hard work of all of you, we've seen a city that I think has turned the page in a way on how we address so many of the concerns we have in our society and our economy, in our schools, and on our streets. We recognize that a solution from the 1980s and 90s of just throwing more and lengthy sentences at people isn't the way. We've realized that building opportunities around people's lives, things like zero fare transit, our free bus system in Kansas City, making sure we have access to good rental housing for so many people, making sure that we actually have a community that's looking for ways that we can support things like more social workers, both in our police department and throughout our community. And making sure that as we talk about things not just relating to drug crime, but violent crime in our community, we recognize that prevention and intervention are key as enforcement and sentencing long after. And you all are a part of that conversation. You're a part of us making sure that we know that prevention and intervention and working with people and working with human beings like they are real human beings is something that's so vital for all of us. I've had a few experiences in life that kind of helped me get to this point and always help me in moments like this. And one of them is the fact that when I was in law school some years ago, I went to a law school in upstate New York. And if you've never been, the only things that are open in upstate New York are prisons and colleges. And I happened to be at a college. And so I was asked by an instructor of mine if I'd be willing to go teach in a prison. And at first I said, oh, I don't know. I don't know what lessons I have to give and all of that. I was probably 24 years old at the time. All I wanted to do was make money, get a nice car, live a wonderful life like that. And what ended up happening was I said yes. And I went to work at a maximum security prison in New York State. And every day we would talk about new lessons in criminal law, in justice, in basic civic participation. And I remember at the end of the course, we were giving out grades, and I was a little nervous about handing out grades because we couldn't mail them to everybody after, and so you had to give the grades before you left. And I remember I was passing out the grades, and there was this one gentleman, white dude from Syracuse, New York, and I don't know how the heck he got to maximum security prison. He'd been sentenced for about 3 or 4 drunk driving offenses. And had a misdemeanor drug offense that was added onto that set, but must have gotten in a lot of fights. He did the poorest in the class, and he got a D. And I was handing them back, and some of my other students, and I said, "Here you go. Here's an A, a B, a C, a C," and then I hand this guy a D. And he looked down at the paper, and he said, "Oh my God, I'm going to call my mother. I have never passed a class." And I said, "Well, that's one perspective." But I say that story for this reason. You never know the impact that you all are going to have on someone as you leave this program. You really don't. You do not know the amount of impact you're going to have on somebody who, if they say, "Oh my God, how'd you get through that?" Or, "Oh my God, I don't know how to get out of the circumstances I'm in right now." You will have, just from the lessons that you've had, the walk that you've made, the steps that you've taken, be able to share with so many people. That person who didn't know they were capable of passing a class, that person who didn't know they could get out of an abusive relationship, that person who didn't know what life was without dependency. You get to be that lesson and that example for all of them. You also get to be, I think, a link for younger people in our community. There are a lot of people that are coming up right now, and for whatever reason, they want to learn tough lessons their own way. And I think you're one who can say, "Look, I've lived this. I've struggled, I've worked, I've toiled, but I've been able to make a difference in my life. Why don't you go this path?" And the way you can do that sometimes, you don't have to be preachy. You don't have to do any number of things. I'm a church going man, but sometimes folks don't want to go to church. Sometimes they just want to hear very simply, hey, I care about you. Here's a path. Here's my number. If ever I can help you, just let me know. That's what you all do. So to these wonderful graduates in this class of 2020, I say thank you again. Thank you for being such great public participants in Kansas City. We owe you cake and balloons and everything under the sun, but for now, know that you have our unyielding support, air hugs from us, our passion and our support for you from years in the future. On behalf of everyone in Kansas City, our city council, our judges, all of those who work in the criminal justice system in Kansas City, and those who work outside of it, we're proud of you and keep making a positive difference for all of us. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Mayor Lucas, for those inspiring words. You're awesome. Thank you for taking your time here this morning.
Thank you.
It means a lot to us.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning, drug court family. We are here this morning celebrating our first virtual drug court commencement. And while it had a little bit of a rocky start, we are ready to get back to it. Today we are honoring our graduates, Mr. Richard Bird, Miss Lauren Campos, Miss Jacqueline Ferdinand. Raise your hand if I say your name. Lauren Campos. There we go. Patrick Hicks. There we go. I think I just saw Miss Ferdinand. She turned off her video. Miss Hillary Keyser, and all of the continued efforts of our drug court team. So our previous graduation was January the 30th, a long time ago. Our next graduation was scheduled for May. Little did we know that in the meantime, our entire world would be put on hold by COVID-19. The courthouse shut down, the dockets shut down, but these graduates and this drug court staffing team did not shut down. And it's really incredible that we're here today celebrating 5 graduates. These graduates are here today almost 4 months after their originally scheduled commencement and during an unimaginable time in our world, with substance abuse on the rise and everybody just doing everything they can do just to get by. But the graduates have maintained their sobriety, their commitment to this program, and their passion to be their best selves. They're an example for everyone on this call, everyone watching, on how positivity, determination, and hard work can get you through the hardest of times. It is so remarkable, and you should be bursting with pride. And I can tell you, this team is bursting with pride when we think about how hard you guys have worked to get where you are today. So congratulations, and I'm so grateful to be here celebrating this day with you. Before we start, I want to acknowledge the support staff that makes this program possible. I want to start with John Maney and Leticia Robinette, our drug court probation officer and our drug court case manager. Wave your hands, people. There we go. Okay, if it wasn't for John and Leticia, we would be shut down like all of the other dockets, okay? Let's just be real. When people were reeling from COVID and like, I don't know what to do, John and Leticia were calling everybody in this program every day, taking their calls, just holding their hand, and while the world was getting on its feet. And when it got there, they were finding sober housing. They were finding virtual meetings. They were getting new people in our drug court program. They added to our staffing team. Now, virtually, we have more people involved in our staffing than ever. So you are the backbone, and you're incredible humans, and I'm so honored to work with you. Thank you for all you have done. And I know all of our participants and graduates can attest to, and me too, you lift us up. So thank you for your efforts. Next, Miss Mary Jones Walzer. She is our specialty courts grant manager. Monica Smith, drug court prosecutor. Wayne Smith and Megan Pierre, legal aid attorneys for drug court, Tierney Clement, Abby Davis, Dennis Harris, and the Municipal Court Probation Department. Now we'll move on to our drug court staffing team. Oh, good, Mr. Bird is on. Our drug court staffing team. The staffing team meets for an hour every Thursday before our docket, and we come together collectively to discuss each participant and what resources we can do or provide for them to help them in their sobriety. And that's the team that has grown during COVID-19 from our virtual staffing. First call, Keith Faison, Latanya Dumas, Chris Rochelle, Andrew Dixon, Rita Mwangong, Emily Conway. Next, ad hoc and the Thinking for a Change crew with Bishop Frank Douglas Jr. and Damon Daniel, Drew DePeralta and ESA, Kristen Geisler and Kenneth Vick at Benilde Hall, Johnny Graves, Grace Rhodes Williams, and Ryan Harden, and all of the awesome people at Heartland. Carolyn Whitney, I think she's on the call. She was. Carolyn Whitney, Patricia Rhodes, Kimberly Phillips, and all of the women at Sisters in Christ. And all of our community partners, City Union Mission, Comprehensive Mental Health, Footprints, G.A. Dumas Company, God in Me Ministries, Healing House, Amani House, the Kansas City Health Department, the Kansas City Rescue Mission, Straight and Narrow, Sarita Lynn Ministries, Truman Medical Center, Rediscover, Resource Development Institute, the Grooming Project, and the Friends of the Specialty Court Board of Directors. Thank you, all of you. We couldn't do it without you. It takes a village, and I think we have a great team here. Next, I would like to take a brief moment of silence to reflect on and remember those that are still suffering from substance abuse disorders. Thank you. All right, I think next what we're gonna do is turn it over to Miss Marquita Jacks, who has been waiting patiently through our little bit of a program realignment. She is going to grace us with her incredible voice this morning. She is going to be singing Rescue by Lauren Daigle. Take it away, Miss Jacks, and thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Ooh, okay, bear with me here, guys. Congratulations. You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless, but you have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you. In the middle of your hardest fight, it's true. I will rescue you. I hear your whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true. I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true. I will rescue you. Oh, oh, I will rescue you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Jacks. You have become an integral part of our graduations here at the Municipal Court. I love hearing you sing, and your songs are always perfect, just right on point for what these graduates have gone through and what all of our participants continue to go through. So thank you for joining us today, and that was beautiful and incredible as always. Thank you. All right, we are going to move on to the commencement at this time. I know even myself sometimes I refer to it as graduation, but really the word commencement is more appropriate because commencement is defined as a beginning or a start. And that's how the drug court team sees the completion of the drug court program. It doesn't mean that these graduates are done. It's the start of a new, sober life with all of the opportunities and fulfillment that you can dream of for yourself and all of the support you need right here with your drug court family. I am so proud of this graduating class. Everybody who graduates from drug court has to have 1 year of sobriety to be eligible for graduation. Graduating right now, when things are so stressful and so intense, keeping your commitment to sobriety, keeping your commitment to this program, having the strength to never give up, it is mind-blowing. And I hope that you guys will all stay in touch with us at drug court because you're an inspiration. Like graduating right now, you are like a drug court legend, really. So please come back and stay in touch with us because we are all inspired by you and I'm so proud of you. All right, we're moving on to the commencement. And Mr. Bird, I'm so glad you were able to join us because you are first. Okay, let me tell you the story about Mr. Bird. When he started in our program, he was released from custody in order to go into treatment. And as happens sometimes, he didn't make it to treatment. And the next day, I was in my courtroom and I was talking to my team about, oh, Mr. Bird, like, I hope he's okay. You know, I don't know what happened to him. And I looked up and he was sitting in my courtroom. It was the greatest moment ever. He had decided to turn himself in. He was like, I'm done with this. I want to be sober. I want to do something different with my life. And he did. He has not had a single probation violation while in our program. He has not had a single positive urinalysis test. And every time I see him, his life is just growing. He has rebuilt the relationships with his family. He has regular visitation with his children. He was living at Healing House. Now he's on the staff at Healing House. He is constantly reflecting on himself and his life. And I think that is how he has seen so much growth throughout this program. He has been an absolute pleasure to work with, and I'm very proud of you. You have worked hard, and you earned this spot here today at our first virtual graduation. Does anybody from the staffing team have any words they'd like to say to Mr. Bird? I know John or anybody else. John's running the Zoom, so he might. There he is.
All right, Richard. It's been awesome seeing your growth and seeing everything that you've gone through. Knowing you for more than 1 year, I think 2 years almost, you just have continued to grow. And I've always seen the potential in you since you started, since the very beginning. So I'm very, very proud of you. And just keep at it. Always strive to be better than you were yesterday.
Thank you, John. Anybody else would like to say anything to Mr. Bird? Mr. Bird, do you want to say any words? Put you on the spot a little bit?
Yeah, could y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just get bad signal where I'm at, but I would like to say I would like to thank God first, because I give all the glory to Him. Like, it's no possible, if this was just my goings, like, I don't make right decisions, so this is all God, and of course with the help of Judge Wacko, John, and the rest of the drug court people, who, when I come attend and I see them and hear their stories, that's what made me know it's possible that, I can complete this, if I just really just being patient and put my mind to it. On top of, I was tired of the lifestyle, just in and out of jail, been away from my family. So for you guys just to give me the chance to turn this around, not once but twice, and give me the perspective to just kind of view life from a different perspective, it's a beautiful thing, and like I just take it day by day, and I'm still here in the Healing House. I would have never met them guys if it weren't for you guys. So yeah, so it's just kind of like, I'm grateful, man. It's been a year, and I'm like, wow, I just went past too fast, man. So I'm just day at a time. That's how I'm keeping it, and sticking to the script. And I love you guys, and I thank you for everything. And I'm congratulating everyone else who made it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Mr. Bird. I think grateful that is something I always think about when I see you. You always present with grace and being thankful, and I can't wait to see what you do. It's just like Mayor Lucas said, every single one of these graduates can do whatever they want in this city, because you are all leaders and you're strong, and I'm excited to see what the world has in store for you. So congratulations, Mr. Bird. We're all so proud of you. All right, we will move to Miss Campos. So I feel like Miss Campos and I kind of connected right away. I feel like she was trying to learn the ropes of drug court, and I was trying to learn the ropes of being a drug court judge. And somehow, when we were both, like, when she was struggling, I was struggling, and we shared a lot of hugs, and it lifted me up. She's completely changed her life around, and she has provide an inspiration for all of the women in our program, the women at Sisters in Christ. She's just an outstanding role model. She's full of positive energy and smiles, and she sets goals for herself and knocks them down. Like, nothing can stand in this woman's way. She also has not had a violation throughout the entire drug court program, her participation. She was recently voted Sister of the Month at Sisters in Christ, and she was accepted into the AmeriCorps Vista program. I know that Miss Campos can do whatever she wants in this life because she has done that throughout our program, steadily just setting bigger goals and just knocking them down. I can't wait to see where her ambition takes her, and I'm so proud of you, Miss Campos. Mr. Maney, anything you'd like to add?
Yes, just tremendous resilience by Lauren. Just seeing where you started and now, you know, getting invites from you on LinkedIn. That's huge, big. So I think you have a lot ahead of you, a lot of potential as well, and just keep pushing.
I think Ms. Campos actually has become a Zoom expert and was trying to help me fix the Zoom at the beginning of this, but I couldn't hear her. Okay, Ms. Campos, please say some words.
Okay, so I like wrote this whole thing out, and I feel that like everybody's like touched every base that I wrote, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
Please do.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to thank God for showing me grace. With the help of the programs that have been provided to me, I have overcome crack addiction, prostitution, homelessness, and being completely unemployable. I am now federally funded by AmeriCorps Vista as the program coordinator and capacity builder for Sisters in Christ, as well as the team lead at Serenity House. I have learned that I am not defined by my past and that I have the power to rewrite my narrative. I have seen what leadership and community looks like, and I am inspired to continue my recovery by working with others. I am currently attending the Certified Peer Specialist Training course with the Missouri Credential Board, and I will become Med Certified in September and continue to live at Serenity House. I strive to become a part of the support system and recovery community that has paved the way for so many. I want to thank Drug Court, First Call, Sisters in Christ, Ad Hoc, Heartland Behavioral Health, Swope Health Services, Amani House, Connections to Success, CCR, Grace Church, and to all my peers and my family members. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting and guiding me on my journey.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you read that. That was perfect. We're so proud of you, Lauren, and I'm glad you see these things in yourself, and we see them in you too, and you could do whatever you want in this world, for sure. We're so proud of you. Congratulations. Man, this really is crappy that I can't give people hugs. It's like something is missing from graduation. Okay, next we're going to move on to Miss Ferdinand. I know she was on the call. Oh, good. We got a hug. We got a hug. All right. Miss Ferdinand started our program by saying, oh, you don't need to worry about me. I'm going to graduate. And that's what she did. She also, no violations throughout the entire program. She has kept up with all of the requirements of our drug court program, which are intense, and also kept up with all the requirements of Division 50, also intense, recently graduated that drug court program as well. She works full-time at Kellogg. In fact, oh no, it's unmuted. More than full-time. So it's incredible the hours that she works. She has a lot on her plate, but she always keeps her head up and she makes us laugh. She's graceful and has just this warmest smile and the most positive attitude. She's a joy to be around, and she also can do anything she sets her mind to. So proud of you, so proud of you, Jackie. Congratulations. Mr. Maney?
Yes, very proud of Jackie. She's been outstanding in the program. I have not really ran into any problems with Jackie. She's overcome a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles as far as not only being in our drug court program, but she also finished with Division 50. So that's a huge deal. She keeps going. She keeps pushing no matter what's in her way. She keeps going. So I'm proud of her, very proud of her.
Is Miss Ferdinand able to be, I know she was on earlier, is she able to say something? Because I know she has a speech. She told me about it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she does. She tried to see if her video is up. Let me see.
I thought I saw her just on, but maybe she's going to, hopefully she dials back in. Oh, yay, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. You ready for my speech?
I've been waiting for this speech for 2 weeks, Miss Ferdinand. I
Okay,
am ready.
I gotta hold the phone to hear y'all, but can you hear me like this?
We can hear you perfectly.
Okay, here it go right here. Greeting, my name is Jackie Ferdinand. Let me start by giving thanks to God who's first in my life, because if it wasn't for him, the path I was on could have landed me in prison. So I give God all the glory for my success today. I have a number of people who I want to thank for helping me put my life back together. First, I want to thank Judge Wacko. She was the first one to trust me in the beginning. At least that's what I told myself. When I had to go to work on Thursday, she would let me miss class so that I could keep my job. That's when I knew things were serious, and I had to get myself together. I didn't want to lose my job. My parents taught me to have faith in God, so I prayed to God to give me the strength to do everything that I needed to do to get my life in order, and that was the beginning. I put my faith in God and started my journey. As a child of God, I understand the power that God has, and I know that if you believe in God and have faith in him, all things are possible. So thanks, Judge Wacko, for helping me keep my job. Next, there was my probation officer, Mr. John Maney. With his drug test, I must have took 1,000,000 urine tests. I always came back negative because I was serious about turning my life around. I'm a good person. I didn't like the idea of me being in trouble. I've been getting negative results for over a year. Then all of a sudden, I do a hair test, and it came back positive for cocaine. I was horrified. All my progress was in jeopardy. Lord knows there was a false positive, and Mr. John Maney did too. He told me not to worry about it because he knew that I was dedicated to my recovery. I thank God for giving me a good probation officer and Mr. John Maney for seeing that I am a good person. Then there was my counselor, Miss Natanya Scott. I can't sing her praise enough. She was more than just my counselor. She was a good listener. She was a good teacher, and I learned a lot from her. God put me with her knowing that we was the perfect match for my growth and development. Working with her was more like being a part of a sisterhood. I thank God that I had a counselor that made me feel like I could trust her. That was big for me because I feel like I was in good hands. Thank you, Miss Natanya Scott, and may God continue to bestow his blessing upon your perfection and your life. Mr. Neal taught me to think before I do anything. I realized that when I was coherent, I'm more in tune with how to avoid those triggers that I know will lead me down the wrong path. Last but not least, Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Faison, the great motivator. You're the best. You made me laugh. You made it easy for me to learn, and you made me want to do the work. I learned a lot, and I plan to do you all proud by continuing my growth and development. I feel real good not being in trouble, and I plan to keep this feeling forever. Thanks to you all, and may God bless my classmate with their recovery. I close with well wishes to you all. And to you all, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Yeah.
That was good. Oh,
Y'all can hear
Jackie,
it real good.
it. Oh, it was
Okay.
awesome. I heard, yes, it was so good. Thank you for taking the time to prepare that. Oh, I love hearing that. I'm so glad we're recording this. That was incredible.
Thank you.
I didn't know that Mr. Faison was called Mr. Funny Man, so now I'm going to incorporate that into my list of nicknames. That was, first of all, thank you for the kind words you said about me, and I love the gratefulness of all of the graduates of this program, but I can't say enough how much hard work you put into this program. Like,
thank you.
I mean, you did a lot to make this happen, Ms. Ferdinand, and you've gone through a lot, man. Since I've known you, you have had a lot of obstacles, and you just kept your head up. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do with your future. And you better stay in touch with us, because like I said, all these graduates are like your drug court legends, okay? So you got to come back to keep providing inspiration for everybody else in the program.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you very
Well,
much, everybody.
Thank you. You have been awesome to work with, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to move on to Mr. Patrick Hicks. All right, I can't see. I know he's on there. He must be on the edge of my screen. All right, Mr. Hicks is super fun to work with. He always has a lot of jokes. He's always got a mischievous smile, but he has worked so hard in this program. He is a mentor for those at Benilde Hall. He's been a leader there. For every man in our program who has stayed at Benilde Hall, they have been connected to Mr. Hicks, and he has provided them with leadership on how to get through drug court. His primary obstacle in our program was to try to get a valid driver's license. And let me tell you, there was a lot standing in his way, and he never gave up on trying to do that. And thanks to the help of volunteer attorneys in our community, he finally was able to succeed and to get his valid license. Throughout those setbacks for getting the license and just life setbacks in general, I will say that I feel like Mr. Hicks has really developed an ability to, if he gets knocked down, to pick himself back up. He doesn't let himself stay down. He doesn't get caught up in the negativity. He takes it day by day, and he knows that because he's proven it to himself and to all of us, if he sticks with it, he's going to get where he wants to be. And he's done that in this program, and I know he will continue to do so in life. It has been a joy watching him progress throughout this journey of his sobriety, and I'm very proud of you, Mr. Hicks. Mr. Maney, any words?
I will say, Mr. Hicks, has been a journey being able to work with you for almost 2 years, as long as almost I've been here, been working at the municipal court. So it's awesome, you know, getting to see you graduate today and just seeing you become who you are. You know, holding down a steady job and having goals afterwards. That's the key. You keep pushing forward and keep working hard. So I'm very proud of you.
Mr. Hicks, you got any hilarious words to offer this morning?
No, I'm just gonna tell everybody to stay focused, even though we're getting out of drug court. I'd like to thank God first, and I'd like to thank the staffing. John, I'd like to thank you for just being patient. I know sometimes I can be a handful just because of things going on in life. Judge Waco, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to try this again. And just, you know, I'm just going to stay focused and just, I think everything, and everybody keep your head up, because it's still another journey we got to go through now. That's all I got to say.
We're really proud of you, Mr. Hicks. And you, sometimes I feel like drug court participants, they're really their harshest critic. And you've been awesome to work with. And you've grown a ton. You worked hard to get to where you're at. And please stay in touch with us. We're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next, Miss Hillary Keyser. Miss Keyser has an endless energy for life and all of the things that she knows she can accomplish in it. She's been a leader in drug court, and she has been a leader in our community, in AA meetings or NA meetings, and also at Sisters in Christ. I think her enthusiasm makes her kind of a no-brainer when you're looking for leadership. But she has also developed a skill set for taking a step back when she needs to. When things don't go exactly how she wants things to go with her ambition, she knows to slow it down a minute, things are gonna be okay, regroup and come back. And through those efforts, not only has she maintained her sobriety, but she has also gained employment at the KC Care Clinic, which is like a dream job for her. And it wasn't easy. There were setbacks, but she took a step back, regrouped, kept at it, and now she is where she is. And I'm guessing she probably already has some goals about what she's going to be doing next. And I can't wait to see it. I know that she will continue to provide her leadership to anyone she's working with in this world. It has been awesome to work with her, and I'm so proud of you, Hillary. Mr. Maney?
Yes, Hillary, one word to describe her is ambitious. She's always wanting to succeed, always wanting to get there. And she has learned to be patient over the course of the program, which is a good trait to learn. So I'm very proud of her. And what can I say? You're doing a great job.
I know Miss Keyser will stay connected with us because I bet her and Miss Campos, I know for sure. You guys you're part of this family, a permanent part of this family. All of you are. I can't wait to continue to work with you in the future. Miss Keyser, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good morning, guys. I just want to thank, it was Judge Imke originally, but I want to thank the drug court team for giving me the opportunity to be in drug court. I think the outcome was significantly better than it would have been if I'd have just sat down and did my time, mostly because of that thing that John was talking about that patient. It kind of comes with the surrender part. And oops, I lost an earbud. When you get in touch with your higher power and you learn to surrender and slow it down, be patient, things tend to go a little better. It's not about our way or doing things, according to our will. It's more about living life on life's terms and praying for knowledge of God's will and the power to carry it out. That's what I've learned. Super grateful for NA, super grateful for Amani House and Mr. Cheney, Sisters in Christ and Miss Carolyn. Super grateful for Heartland and the day they lost my clothes and reminding me that I don't ever want to go back. Never. Very grateful for John and Leticia, who I talk to every 2 days, and Judge Wackel. I'm very grateful for Judge Wackel. I appreciate that she took time out of her day on a Friday to Zoom me on my birthday when I got 1 year clean. That was very awesome. I'm just very grateful. And going forward, I know that, I'm always going to have a life problem. I didn't land in drug court for a drug problem. I landed here for a life problem. And I'm always going to have that life problem because that's just the kind of person I am. But I've learned the tools to keep it in check and have a better life. So really, it was kind of the best thing I could have asked for. So I appreciate everything. Thank you, Mr. Funnyman Faison. I was actually the first member of this drug court team that I ever met. Me and Lauren met him on the same day, and yeah, I really appreciated him. He's the one that kind of got me into it, and everybody's just been really awesome. So congratulations, graduates. We made it, and that's all I got.
Thank you, Miss Kieser. Yeah, I totally forgot about your clothes. Oh, I can't believe, I mean, it just seems so long ago. You guys have just all, what a journey, right? What a journey. Well, congratulations to all of our graduates. I hope that the pride and the sense of accomplishment you feel today and the work that you've done in this program continues to support you in your growth throughout life. You have set an example for all of the rest of our drug court participants who are all watching right now, or at least they better be. You are always a welcome member of this drug court family, and I hope to see you all. We are always here for you. It has been an honor to work with you and watch your hard work. It has definitely paid off. I'm so proud. And with that, I think we are ready to conclude the graduation. No cake, no hugs, but this is momentous, okay? First virtual graduation ever, and you guys were a part of it. So congratulations. Let's all clap. Everybody can unmute and clap. Woo! Good job, team. We're so proud of you. All right, enjoy your Thursday. Come see me whenever you want, or Zoom in, let me know, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.